Hey, Good Fox here. Today we're going to do a lineup update. It's been a pretty productive day, or a pretty crazy day for me. I made a lot of changes, as you can see. I don't know if you guys have been with the channel all week, but we talked about Market Monday selling our team. That's what I did. I was only able to sell half of it, so you'll see a lot of crossover here still. Like Jerry Rice, I was unable to sell for a decent price, or what I thought. Same with Jeffrey here. He sunk more than almost any player. He got cut in half just about. And Mr. Marshall, oh no, Marshall was a pickup. But otherwise, the offense, Kelsey was the only one I was unable to sell on offense. Same with Walker and Cook. Sorry, those are the only other three. Defense we'll get to in a little bit, but let's talk through the changes here first. I'm going to go through the stats. Sorry, this might be a little bit longer of a lineup update, but I really want to go through. You saw me pull Stafford here and talk about a little bit of that in my last video. Let's talk about Pryor. Picked him up on the market. And talk about when I sold my team, I really made out kind of like a bandit there. I'm at the same exact coin amount as I had at the start of the week right before I sold the team, and I've made a heck of a lot of upgrades here with this new promo Ultimate Freeze. All right, Pryor, we'll compare him here to Stafford. So I have Ultimate Freeze offense tier 2 on Pryor. We'll go to that. And you look at all those boosts. You get that +1 agility, speed, acceleration, trucking, elusiveness. So he's got that 90 speed now on Pryor. And without that QB hitch, we're hoping that's going to help us out a lot. But, I mean, you compare him to Stafford. He's got 2 less throw power, which, it's quite a big deal. But Stafford is, he's got that rifle. So we'll see if Pryor works out for us. If he doesn't, then we'll skip back to Stafford. But what I love about the Pryor especially, besides for his throw power and accuracy stats, which are quite high for, a card like him, as deep isn't the greatest, but throwing the run at 94. And I'm often scrambling out of the pocket from the edge blitzes, basically. So I'm really kind of excited for that, to use this Pryor card. I haven't used them yet. You'll probably get a gameplay later today. Moving on to halfback, I picked up this Adrian Peterson, who's already, his card, it's already pretty hard to tackle. 92 speed. I got, that plus all. We'll compare him to Bush here. I got Bush as the third down back because Peterson doesn't do so well catching the ball out of the backfield. So I needed a compliment. I was thinking about between Bush and LaDainian Tomlinson, picking him back up. But when I looked at Bush compared to Tomlinson, I didn't see too much of a difference, especially for the third down work that I want to do. Their elusiveness was very similar, and their price differences. Bush was $75K, Tomlinson was 50 or something, 340, something around there. So significant price difference for not too much stat difference. So I went with Bush. I think he's just a better budget player there. But looking at Peterson here, 94 truck, 92 elusiveness. He gets that from tier 2 on the freeze offense like we just talked about. He's also got BB. And here's the thing with this BB. I guess I'll talk about my wide receiving core before I get to Adrian Peterson. This is going to be the wide receiver core. I play with these 3, mainly Rice, Harrison, and Sanders. But when I start the game, I'm going to have Marshall in here for Harrison because he's going to be able to boost 2 of my other players. He's going to get BB up to tier 2. So I just wanted to have Harrison there to show you kind of right where I was off the bat. And why I have Harrison at number 4, so he doesn't get his chemistries don't add to my chemistries, but I already got tier 2 offense and route running tier 1 from just Jerry, and I don't have route running to tier 2, and I don't really need it that much versus getting the BB up a level for that extra trucking. And I get CM there with Shockey too. We'll get to Shockey in a second. So back to Adrian Peterson, you could add +1 trucking onto that. Still at 94. It should be at 95, right? Maybe I'm thinking crazy now. I thought I had plus BB up to there. Yeah, that's right. I think 94 is right. Yeah, he's got BB. So he's got 2 trucking, and the freeze offense has a truck to it also. Isn't his base card? Well, let me look at his base card. I thought his base card was 92 truck. Peterson's base card is 92 truck. So he should have 95 truck. And it's showing 94. Feeling a little bit screwy right here, right? Am I just doing my math wrong? Am I that? Bruising back tier 2, plus 2 to trucking. There's 1 at tier 1, 1 at tier 2. He's got 9, and then offense tier 1, +1 trucking. So he should be at 95 trucking because his base is 92, plus 3. Are freeze boosts not working? No. Yeah, are freeze boosts not working? No, but we saw Taylor Pryor's speed go up. Okay. I don't know, man. All right, anyways, we'll just move on from that. I guess the freeze trucking isn't working or isn't showing. Kind of puts a damper, but still 92 speed, 94 truck, 92 elusiveness. So he'll get the trucking and elusiveness animations if you need them. Let's move over. Let's just compare him to Reggie Bush here for his skill. There's his 95 truck. Okay, well, whatever. That one screen didn't show 95 truck, but it is 95. All right. Agility, speed, acceleration. All right, carrying's kind of low at 87, so it's going to be kind of tough to rely on him for carrying there. Otherwise, pass block 61, solid. Jumping, he doesn't have over 90, unfortunately, jumping. Wish he had over 90 so he can get that trampoline jump that's glitchy as heck. All right, stiff arm 95, spin 93, juke move 91. So he's got perfect all over 90 moves there. That means they're the elite tier moves. The only thing he's kind of suffering on is that spec catch traffic in route running. So I do have Bush there to run those routes for him. His stamina's pretty high. So as long as he doesn't fumble a ton, Adrian Peterson might be one of the top couple backs in the game just because of how high his trucking and elusiveness is and, speed at 92 here with that Frost offense. We'll take a look at Harrison next. We'll leave Sanders right after Harrison just for comparison's sake. All right, but we'll compare Harrison to Rice here. Both beautiful. 92 speed. He ends up with 96 catch, 96 route running. Whatever. 92. His catch and traffic's only 90, though. Not ideal. Better than Deion, but for an inside receiver, I'd kind of want that. I wish his route running and catch and traffic were switched. Or his catch is at 96, so maybe he won't drop that many balls. But anyways, there's Harrison. Solid-looking receiver. It was decently priced this morning for like 200K or something. I don't remember. It was something around there. Maybe 250K, I think is where I got him. 250 plus. Deion Sanders here. Ooh, the man. 95 speed with that boost. Let's compare him to the other man. Limited time Jerry Rice. 95 speed. Oh, streaks for days. That +1 boost helps a lot. 95 catch, 96 elusiveness, 96 spec. What's crazy is 96 spec and only 82 catch and traffic means he's going to be great down the sideline on streaks. And his route running's 93. That feels a little high for a Deion Sanders, but jump 96. My God, this card has got physical stats out the yin yang. Agility, speed. Ooh. Catching, carrying. There it is. Run block is 47, which you don't want him run blocking for you. So try and sub him off the field if you can run the ball a lot. But yeah, look at that elusiveness, spin move, juke move. Oh man, he's looking so good. I can't wait. And then you can, if you can somehow sub him on, if you can put a kick returner and sub him on defense, you can get 2 for 1 there. Play rec. Ooh. So beautiful Deion on a wide receiver. And I got the playmaker. Oh wait, we should go over his playmaker. He's got a very special chemistry just for the Deions, the playmaker chemistry. It is there's Freeze offense. Primetime chemistry. He gets +1 catch to both his Deion Sanders. I got both of them in the lineup. +1 man zone is spec and route running are also +1s. So it looks like the defender kind of gets more boosts than the offensive guy because the defender also benefits from those catch and spec things too. So Deion's going to be fun to use. I don't know, these offensive linemen are also kind of old, so they've been in the game for a while, so we won't go over them. But Shockey's the last one I want to go through. This Shockey, when he first came out, when I first got him, just broke all types of tackles. Like, wouldn't be taken down frequently. But look at that, 84 run block now, 86 speed, 92 catch, 90 release, doesn't matter. Route running, 87 good, 93 catch and traffic, that's nice. At 6'5" for those tall passes to him, also just beautiful there. What else do I want to look at on this card? Trucking, I think, is the other thing. 91 trucking. Beautiful Shockey. Big, tall dude. Well, because, cornerbacks are going to try and tackle him once he's out in that, doing those outs routes, and that's not going to go well for them. He's going to shed them. All right, now here's the defense. Didn't make as many. I bought back a lot of the players I had because I liked them. Shaz, I was unable to sell Shaz. Same with Barr. I was unable to sell Barr. But I picked up I picked up David. No, I never sold Clowney. I got Taylor here. So I got rid of Mac because I felt he was, I could have bought him again now for, I think it's 100,000 less coins than I sold him for. So I could have made a profit. I switched from Kraus to Chancellor just to try out this Chancellor. The Chancellor I got for a good price. It was under 500K, so I snatched him up quick. this tail. So what I play is the 3-3-5. You guys have seen my defensive scheme. I play the 4-4 and the 3-3-5. When I go into like the 4-4, I think I'm going to bring Taylor up as the outside linebacker. You know, get a little bit more block shed there. We'll put Barr against Taylor. Everybody here has +2 block shed, +2 power move. So just remember that. I mean, Taylor's block shed's 91. I guess Barr's is 90 with the boosts, but Taylor's goes up to 93 with the boosts, with the +2 block shed because of Vernon. So he's even better than Barr there at 90. So, I mean, I might keep Barr in there. I'm not sure at the 4-4 just because he's kind of very versatile. But in the 3-3-5, which I play a lot, my outside backers will be David and Barr, and then Taylor and Clowney will be my defensive ends in place of Vernon and Tall, and then Donald will be in the middle. But like if I go in the 3-3-5 wide, then I'll have Tall, Donald, and Vernon there, and then have Clowney and Taylor on the outside to help pass rush a little bit there, or even Barr and David. I feel like more of a coverage type defense. Depending on my scheme, I'm subbing in and out my outside linebackers because they play completely different roles for me, pass rushing versus everything. All right, I just kind of want to see Levante David. Let's compare him to Barr here because they're more going to be my 4-3 outside linebackers. So when you compare David, and he's got the boosts, remember, because EA doesn't want to show boosts to the guys for some reason. So let's go down the list here. I guess we can just look at the main page. Acceleration tackle, play rec, block sheddings, hit power. Actually, I do want to go down here to zone coverage. All right, block shedding, play rec at 92, beautiful. Zone coverage 86 versus 87. So that's good. That means they're going to react to the ball quickly and hopefully break up passes. Whereas if you compare him to someone like I used to have Shaz out there in place, and Shaz is still a really good option, 90 speed. But Levante's got 89, which isn't too much. Not too bad. Shaking a fist at that. Clowney's 68. And Taylor, I think he was robbed a little bit on that zone coverage. Taylor's definitely a better zone coverage linebacker than they give him credit for. But anyways, I'm excited to have Levante out there. Ed Tall, I bought back this morning. Sue, I picked up. Donald and Vernon, I didn't sell. Tried to sell Donald, but he didn't sell in time. We'll get to my defensive backfield, Sanders and Ramsey in a second. Sue here, not as great. I mean, he's got 94 block shed, 93 power move, but he isn't as, and that's with the boosts, as great as, say, Williams is at straight stuffing the run at that block shed being like 98 on Brandon Williams, who I used to have. But he gives me the frost up to tier 1 on defense. I think maybe when we get limited Mike Evans at a strong safety, I might sell Chancellor and pick him up just so I can try and get this defensive. Oh, I missed it. I overran it. Do I not have the defensive chemistry activated? Did I lose it? I lost it. Yeah, I'm one short. I thought I had it. Dang, I thought I had it. I might have to put David up to 1 here. No, I might lose some other things. I thought I had tier 1 on defense, but I no longer have tier 1 on defense. The thing with tier 1 Frost defense, I know I took off the jersey. That's why. But the thing is, the freeze defense, +1 strength, tackle, pursuit, and play rec. The play rec's the only one. I guess pursuit's pretty valuable too. So I will actually probably switch my jersey back from BB to the freeze defense just to get that tier 1 for the play rec and pursuit. I mean, it's +1. It's 1 trucking versus play rec to my defensive tackle and Ramsey. Maybe I will not do freeze defense after all until we can get tier 2. Anyways, that'll be maybe later this week. We'll pick up more of those guys as guys come out of gifts and in limited packs. But anyways, Ramsey and Sanders. Let's look at Sanders first. I guess we can compare him to Ramsey a little bit. Now let's compare him to Night Train Lane, the other stud in this game. So Sanders is right now is at 95 speed. Tier 2, that goes up to 96. But you really don't need 96. No one runs 96 at cornerback. I mean, whatever. It's nice to show off. 94 agility, 96 acceleration, 98 man coverage. I don't run a lot of man coverage. 96 zone. Press, play rec. Wow, and catch 94. So this guy is going to be a stud. Let's move down to block shedding, his biggest weakness here. Block shedding and tackling, 48 block shed. That's still higher than Champ Bailey's block shed, funny enough. Champ's was like 44. +2 block shed would be 46. That's hilarious, though. Hit power 51, so we don't want to be laying hit sticks with Deion. Where's this tackle? 48. Okay, so Deion's going to get a lot of tackles broken by most every single running back in the game. So that's his biggest downside, but we'll see if his coverage skills make up for it. Hopefully Night Train Lane and Ramsey over here, what I love about this Ramsey here, and we'll compare him to Night Train Lane, is his hit power and everything. Compare the two. So look at Ramsey's faster, more agile, zone's a little bit lower, but also play rec's terrible. But he's a cornerback. So what he needs to do is have block shedding 73. He's basically Night Train Lane there. And hit power to cause some fumbles. 90 hit power. I mean, that's just crazy, right? Blount got 89, and he's been forcing fumbles for me. So Blount, I took Ramsey because he's a little bit faster, but I might put Blount in because of the play rec. We'll see how Ramsey plays for me on the outside. Worst comes to worst, I guess I could move Ramsey to 3 or 4 and put Blount to 3 and then Night Train Lane back to 2. Anyways, that's the defense. I don't know anybody else I want to go over that I haven't gone over already that you haven't seen in the lineup. Again, this is a very long lineup update, and I'm sorry for that. But there's Cooks as my specialist, and there's the specialist. All right, thanks for watching. Call to action. I will see you tomorrow. Or wait, maybe later tonight with more gameplay.